right, tonight we have Coach Slates as our first interview of the night for the Stark County Coaches meeting, or I guess kickoff preview. And Coach Slates came in tonight from practice. How was practice today?
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, it's been nice having the weather we've had the past couple of days after the summer we've had. It's been brutal, so it's nice getting some good weather here.
Little cloud cover this morning. Maybe get a few sprinkles on you guys or not?
No, we didn't get any today.
Okay.
We had a couple yesterday.
Okay, yeah. So the kind of the dog days of August get started. You guys probably started 2 days Friday. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So did the kids have off over the weekend?
We gave them off Sunday.
Give them off Sunday. That's a typical wing T coach, 1 day off a week, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so tell us a little bit about what's going on in Minerva.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great transition. The administrative support is unbelievable. Those guys down there, and we're going through a change in superintendent, and they haven't missed a beat. Mark Scott's great. Gary was fantastic, and those guys have been wonderful to work for, and getting me down there and getting me situated and showing me the support that they really want to get this thing turned around, and they want to go in the right direction. So that's been great. And the kids have been wonderful. Obviously, we don't come in like guns a-blazing like we would typically. So it's been a process this summer, and the kids bought into that process. And, it's been good. The kids are getting there, so it's good. It's a good thing.
Fantastic. I know we talked a little bit about for our interview for Spotlight Illustrated, and one of the things I got out of that was talking with you that you're looking forward. Okay, yeah. That Minerva is looking forward. They're not looking back. They're looking forward. They're looking at what they're doing right now and how that's going to change the future. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean it's a whole new, it's a clean slate, and we're starting with a new offense, new defense, new coach. So I mean it's the biggest thing is telling the kids, like, we're not concerned about what has been. There's been great at Minerva in the past. There's been great teams. And there's been the past decade, and we're not worried about that. We're worried about right now, and that's something I preach big time at practice with the kids is we're worried about this play. We're not worried about 2 plays ago. If I yell at you, I'm not dwelling on it for 2 plays. I move on to the next one. So get it fixed, get it right, and get on to the next play.
Awesome. All right, so we have in the magazine, we have a lot of things about your stars and the players you're looking forward to making a big impact. But let's talk about maybe just like over the last couple of days, is there anybody that just kind of stood out and shined that maybe you were thinking like, wow, look at this guy. He was a star for the day.
Yeah, I mean, we had a couple offensive linemen that we got some competition for some jobs and who's going to rotate where, and all those guys have done a pretty good job. I mean, they're getting better every day, and our running back Nate Linkus has gotten better each day. Timmy Kirkpatrick has gotten better. Just having those guys run with the pads down. I mean, it's not your typical zone throw the ball type of offense, and they got to learn to put their shoulders down and be their own blockers sometimes. So they've done a good job with that. I've been pleased with the progress of our offensive line. Garen Gordon, Ray Meadows, Sean Scott, Keegan Shingleton. I mean, all those guys have done a good job. So, they're getting better every day, and we look forward to getting some live action on Friday.
Oh, yeah. Who do you guys have Friday?
Malvern.
Malvern, all right. So staying close to home.
Yep.
Fantastic. So last question I got for you is you've changed your attire. Now you're red. You're in red, so I'm sure you got a lot more of that in your closet now, huh?
Yeah.
A little different?
Yep. No black because you can't wear black because that's Carrollton colors. So
there you go. All right,
Coach. The red Minerva.
Fantastic. Well, hey, wish you the best of success. Go Lions. It's going to be a great year for you guys. Stay healthy.
I appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Yep.
All right, we're good here. We got Coach DeMarco here from Northwest, the Northwest Indians. Coach, how's practice been going?
It's been going well. It's really been going well. Anytime you're 2 days, you got some bumps and bruises. We got some guys nursing some things right now. But, 2 days, a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of excitement. Everybody's fighting for a position, and things have been going well.
All right. I know I think you said you were in a quarterback battle, so got some quarterbacks that are working to get to the top.
We're looking to replace our quarterback from last year. We had a pretty good quarterback last year, Chase Badger, and we got to replace him. So we got 2 guys, Braden Venables and Ben Stepp, trying to compete for the position. The worst part about Chase is he comes back every day and throws against our defense, so I got to watch him throw the ball and then not be able to use him. But he's a great kid. It's always great seeing him come back. And we got a few guys from last year's team that's been around our practice, so it's always exciting to see those guys.
Fantastic. Now, Coach, again, who do you open up with?
We open up with Norton. They're an adjoining district to us, but they are just over into Summit County. It's been a real good opener for us. The kids grow up playing against each other in youth leagues because they're so close together. It's about a 15-minute drive. We get great crowds. It's a great way to open. And we played for 4 years. An interesting fact is the visiting team has won all 4 years, which is kind of strange for high school football. But hopefully we can change the trend of that this year since they're coming over to our place.
All right, Coach. Also, I know you pretty well from coaching with you and coaching against you. I know that you have a wealth of experience in offense and design and that kind of thing. And I know I talked to you earlier in the magazine. One of the things we talked about is your ability to adapt your kids to what you're going to do. So you were talking about a lot of things you were trying out. Have you come up with how you want to attack this year?
Well, I don't know if I can get the kids. If I make the kids to adapt, I hope they adapt to what we're trying to do and we have some success with it, but I don't know. We've been playing around with a little bit of some different stuff. We got some more running backs than I've had in the past. We got about 5 guys that are capable of running the ball, but they're also defensive guys for us, so they wouldn't be full-time runners. I mean, they're our linebacking crew and safety type guys like that. But we have a few more. So we've been messing around a little bit in the backfield, getting some different looks and seeing what we can do. Braden Venables at quarterback is very athletic. He gives us some ability to do some other things with his athletic ability.
All right, so we're not going to see the robust T, Woody Hayes robust T in the backfield with 3 backs?
If we're healthy, you might see a little bit of it.
Interesting.
Hey, awesome.
That'd be a challenge.
We've messed around with it a little bit, and we're playing with it and trying to do some different stuff out of it. And I don't know. It's just, we got to wait till we get against competition, see what it looks like and how far we're going to go with it.
All right, Coach. Nick, one last question is, anybody, I know I talked a lot about your returning stars and things like that for Spotlight Illustrated, but let's talk about just like now, anybody shining just recently, somebody that's just flashed in the last couple practices.
Well, I think we pretty much covered them all. We talked about Colin Smith, a two-way lineman for us. He's about 6'2", 295. He's been banged up a little bit the last 2 years. He's a 2-year starter for us, and he's finally fully healthy with everything, and he's had a really good summer in a really outstanding camp for us. I'm really excited to watch him play because we saw him as a lot of potential, and so far he's just kind of played for us, and I'm anxious to see him play. We've had a lot of guys, being around football in Stark County a lot, you see some of those seniors that just rise to the top, and we've had some of those that have not had much so far. Abram Lazarus and Christian Breeden are 2 of them that come off the top of my head right now, playing the wide receiver and defensive back for us that have really good summers and just really taken their game to another level. But we got to wait to see when we get in competition how they react.
Sounds good, Coach. You always do a great job. Have your team ready to play. We're looking forward to seeing you this year. Good luck. Stay healthy. Have fun.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that.
All right, Coach.
Thanks for having us on.
All right, we're back with Coach Kappas here from the Louisville Leopards. Coach Kappas, what's going on in Louisville right now?
We're having a blast right now in camp. Our kids are fired up. We're having some great practices. We got a veteran team with a group of really young, hungry kids. So we're really excited, and this honestly might be the most fun I've been having in my coaching career right now. It's just with a group that going into year 3, who we are, what we want to do. The kids know it. They're taking the reins, and they're running things, and that's what good winning teams do. It's player driven, and so we feel good about where our culture is, and the unity of our team is better than it's ever been. So we're really excited right now.
Yeah, I know we covered a little bit of the unity in their Spotlight Illustrated article. Tell us about what you're seeing in terms of unity. Like, what are some of the things that you're seeing out of these kids that shows you that they're unified and tight?
Well, we take our team up to Mount Union for team camp, and we spend 2.5 days there. So we get to spend the night in the dorms, and the kids pair up, and it's hot. It's a fun experience. And in our first, or two years ago, last summer, we took them up there for the first time, and we pretty much packed their schedule full, trying meetings, film, all that stuff. And we talked about it as a staff this year, and we said let's cut a lot of that stuff out, and let's let the kids hang out, be kids. And I'll tell you what, like there was no little groups of guys. I mean, it was freshmen through seniors hanging out together, playing pool, playing ping pong, setting up NCAA, Xbox tournaments and whatnot. And they had a great time, and like we found ourselves as coaches just hanging out down there with the kids because we were just having such a good time. So just seeing that was, it's going to be instrumental that these kids are really earning the respect, the trust, the belief, and the love from each other, and passing that test every single day to make sure that their teammates know and show each other how much they care. Right, from getting there early to get their extra. Work on injuries or whatever it is, or staying after to do extra stuff. Like these kids are really showing each other how much they care about the team and how much they care about each other. And at the end of the day, that's how you win close games.
Fantastic. Now I know you open up with New Philly. Who are your scrimmages that are coming up, and to get yourself prepared for that?
Yeah, so we open up with Jackson on Saturday, which is going to be a great challenge to kind of see where we're at. They probably have the best quarterback in the county right now, they're a team that's a playoff team every year, and Coach Rohr does a tremendous job. So when that was available, I jumped on that right away to give our kids a really good test to start things off. And then the following Friday night, we're home against Boardman, who's more of a wing T style, which gives us a chance to see where we're at against a really physical team that's going to come out and try to pound the ball right at you. So I think that's going to really prepare us for this year, and two very, very quality opponents.
Awesome, Coach. I appreciate you coming by. I wish you the best of luck this season, and health, and in wins, and have a great year over there in Louisville.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Now you can see every school, to the smallest school, to the intermediate schools, to the schools in the outlying areas. It gives you coverage that you could just never get to before. It's something that's great to experience, and it's opened up a whole new wave of sports viewership. The possibilities are endless here at YSN. Push the envelope every day. Try something new. If it works, great. If it doesn't, well, let's try another angle, and we just keep moving forward. My name is Mike Ackelson, and my sports network is your sports network.
All right, we're back. We got Coach Dan DeGeorge from Lake. Coach, how's things going over in Lake?
Going well, man. It's always great to be at this preview. That means we're getting close to playing real football and getting after it. So blessed to be in a great community and a great school with great kids.
Fantastic. So we know the kids from Lake and the style of football you play is always tough, hard-nosed, blue-collar. Tell us a little bit about this team this year. Do they fit that mold?
Yeah, appreciate that. And, yeah, they do. We're getting there. They don't fit that mold yet, right? That's why we had these 2-a-days, and we lost some really, really good football players last year that graduated. So we're in that process of who's going to step up and become quality leaders for us, and what kids are really ready to take that next step to Friday night. But we'll get through some of these scrimmages, make those decisions. But I like where we're at, and I like the leadership we have so far. So we got a chance, right?
Fantastic. Tell us a little bit about who you're scrimmaging this year.
Yeah, we go on Friday. We scrimmage West Branch, which will be a really good scrimmage for us. And then next Thursday, we scrimmage Hudson at their place, which is another quality team, very, very well coached. So both teams that have very, very good teams, also very well coached, which is something that gets us prepped, I think, for the Federal League and the grind of our season as well.
Yeah, talking about your Federal League schedule, and you're opening up with South Range this year.
Sure.
Not an easy opponent to start with.
No, not a great week one. I think they've lost 5 games in the last 5 years, right? And we got to go there. But last year we had to play in Pennsylvania week 1, so at least we're not doing that again. But we know that week 1 game is going to be a battle, and South Range is excellent football program, very, very well coached. So we got a long way to go before that.
Fantastic. Coach, anybody that just recently, any players that really shined recently, maybe not necessarily your stars that you expected, but some other guys that stepped up?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a handful of, juniors that are, a lot of times that junior years, it's your time to go, right? And there's a bunch of guys in the mix that maybe didn't play for us last year on Friday nights that hopefully can play for us this year, particularly some linemen, Gavin Constantine, Zach Custera, Shannon Billiter, all guys that maybe were on some special teams for us last year, but now have to transition into that starting role, or guys that have to play away in the half even, right? So we'll find out a little bit more after these scrimmages and go from there.
All right, Coach. I know that when I interviewed you for the magazine, you said it was a solid season last year, which is a typical Lake answer, okay?
Sure.
But I think it was a really nice season, a good season for you guys. Hopefully this year you can just excel even further and have a fantastic season. Hopefully, wish you the best of health, and go Streaks.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right, Coach.
Thanks, man.
All right, we're back here. We got Coach Spider Miller from the East Canton Hornets. Coach, tell us a little about what's going on in East Canton right now.
You know what? Our kids are working hard. The weather's been great in the mornings. It's a little cooler than it was in the afternoon practices we had in camp. But, they're working hard. We don't have a lot of kids. We have 27, but we got 16 lettermen back, and I think we have 9 kids on offense back and 8 on defense. Now, some of those have to go both ways.
Right.
But they're working hard. We're ready to scrimmage somebody else besides beating on each other like everybody else is.
Speaking of scrimmages, who do you have?
Saturday we scrimmage United in Carrollton.
Okay.
At United, and then the following Friday we scrimmage Minerva.
Okay. All right. And then is the Minerva one at home then?
No, it's away too.
Oh, so you're traveling for both your scrimmages. Yeah. You don't mind traveling.
No, they got to get used to it a little bit. It's not like we're going that far.
So I know I talked to you earlier for the magazine, and you were talking about your youth and how you're developing, how you played with a lot of young guys last year, and then they're coming back, and now they're turning into men. Tell me a little more about that.
Well, those kids that were freshmen and started as freshmen and as sophomores, they are turning into men, and there are some big men though too. I mean, our sophomore tackle is 6'6", our center is 6'4", and our one of our guards is about 6 foot, and the other one's about 5'9", but he's pretty good, and we got a couple other kids. But yeah, it's finally where they're the 16, 17, or 18-year-olds that are playing against their own age now instead of being 14 and 15. And we took some whoopings in the last 2 years, so hopefully we can redeem ourselves and play well enough and take care of business.
Fantastic, Coach Miller. I know you do a great job with your kids, and they're lucky to have a guy like you in East Canton. I know that.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Great reputation. We wish you the best of luck, and go Hornets and stay healthy.
Sounds great. Thank you very much. Thanks. You guys, thank you.
All right, we're back with A.J. Sarbaugh from the Fairless Falcons. Coach, tell us a little bit what's going on in Fairless.
We have our first scrimmage on Friday. We're down at Indian Valley, so we're going to find out real quick what we have or what we don't have, and physicality-wise, and who's going to compete. But it's been a good summer. We're at 50 kids. We have a lot of guys back. We were really young last year, so we're excited for the challenge on Friday.
Tell us a little bit about some of the guys that are back.
We have all of our skill back on offense except for our running back. So both tight ends, all 3 receivers, our quarterback. We only have 1 lineman back, so we've got to figure out the offensive line. And defensively, we have 7 or 8 guys back that started at some point last year.
Fantastic. And you open up with Sandy Valley.
Correct.
Playing those tight games against Sandy Valley.
Yeah, they've been tight the last 3 or 4 years, and that's, I think Pat Patton just said something to Brian Gamble, and he goes, that's why we like it. It's 2 Stark County teams. We're opening up on Thursday night, and it's been a great game with 2 really good programs.
Awesome. So 2 days are going well?
Yep.
Everybody's staying healthy?
We're healthy. That's the most important thing,
That's the biggest thing right now.
Yeah.
Staying healthy to game 1 at least.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody, lately just stand out, somebody that maybe you were looking at and said, geez, you know what? He's really excelling in the last few days.
Cam Carl is having a really good summer. He's a returner. He'll be a 3-year starter slot. I think he was second in the county in catches last year and had over 600 receiving yards. And then like I said, we've got a lot of young guys back that played. Mikey Ritterbeck, Peter Snavely, Bo Sheets, that look like they're taking that next step in practice right now. And we'll find out more when we scrimmage and go against other people.
Fantastic. I know another thing we talked about was you try to schedule as many Stark County teams as possible. And so you got a lot of those on your schedule this year?
Yeah, we open up with Sandy Valley, and then our last 3 games in the league are Canton South, Northwest, and Tuslaw. So 4 of our 10 are Stark County, which is a great thing.
And if I remember right, are you the ones that has a long span of away games?
Yeah, we got 5 road games in a row.
5 road games. Man, you guys just pack a lunch, right?
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Exactly.
All right, Coach, anything else you want to add about your team this year?
No, we were young last year, and they're working hard. They're very positive, a lot of energy, so we're excited to see the next step that we take this year.
All right, go Falcons.
Yep.
Hopefully you guys will be playing that, what is that, Country Road that you like to play at the end?
Ring of Fire.
Ring of Fire, Ring of Fire. Looking forward to hearing that.
All
Coach,
right.
good luck this year.
Thanks, appreciate it, guys.
At Joe Dickey Electric, no job is too big or too small. With over 65 years of commercial, industrial, residential, and 24/7 emergency services, you can trust the experts at Joe Dickey Electric because we are everything electric.
All right, we're here tonight with the always energetic Brian Gamble from Sandy Valley. Coach, how's it going?
It's going well, man. It's going well. Another year, man. You know, year 9 now of the head coach here, and I tell you, each year's a little different. You know what I mean? Every year you navigate through stuff, and this year's not, is the same. You know what I mean? You just keep going through, and I tell you, we've had a really good summer so far, and our guys are working really hard. They're doing anything they're asked, and they're being very, very coachable, and I love that about them. And they're showing up, and they're working hard, so I can't complain about that.
Pretty young team this year?
Yeah, I'd say we're young. We only have 5 seniors this year, but I tell you, most of the guys that were looking at us, we're seeing them again next year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But our senior guys are mainly in our offensive line. That's one thing we're going to lean on heavily, especially both of our tackles. Those guys we're going to lean on heavily. And but most of our skill and everybody's underclassmen, and that's okay. It's different here. It's a different vibe. Normally when I've been here for 18 years now, but normally we've had an abundance of skill. You know what I mean, and barely any linemen. This year we have depth of the line. You know what I mean? So it's just different to look around like, we got more. You know what I mean? So
maybe those guys going down to Steinek's Bakery and getting a little bigger linemen, or is that what's going on?
I don't know. Maybe that's a good selling point. I love that. You know what I mean? Whatever we got to do. Maybe it's Crossroads. Who knows?
Exactly. That's fantastic. So that'll be a little different flavor, for Sandy Valley, having some bigs.
Yeah. That's exciting stuff. And one thing, we're young, but we're exciting, and they're fun to be around. You know what I mean? It's one thing to be young but not be coachable. One thing to be young and then not do things right and all that stuff. These guys want to work hard. These guys listen. They learn. They take the coaching. So they're checking all those boxes. So we're going to get better because of those reasons.
Fantastic.
So that's a big thing.
You guys staying healthy through 2 days?
Yeah, so far so good. Knock on wood. So yeah, we're
sorry
doing
to
okay.
ask that.
That's
It's
okay.
like asking about a no-hitter, right?
I'll hit my head a couple times. I know it's wood in there. So absolutely. We're so far so good though.
All right, and then Coach, just anybody that maybe surprised you in the last few days in 2 days.
Yeah, we got a couple guys. A guy named Cage Stout. He's a kid that he's a 3-tech, D tackle, and he's a guard. And I tell you what, he's put together a really great camp. He's had a great off season. We didn't really know what we're going to do with him just yet because we had older guys in front of him. But now he's a junior this year, and he's put great weight on. He's transitioned from a little bit of from fat to muscle a little bit more, and
Fantastic.
He's really tightened up a little bit. And man, is he moving well? So I really like him. And like I said, we got another guy, Caden Sanders is another one. He's not, again, a non-returning Letterman guys, okay, but these guys are guys that are going to be a problem because they have worked their tails off. D-end is going to split time at running back. And another guy, I think it's going to create some problems, especially for our defense. So we're excited about those two for sure.
Fantastic. It's always good to hear about some of those big guys that can move.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fantastic. So, Coach, as you're going to head into Fairless Game 1.
Yes.
We talked a little bit about the battles that you and Fairless have played. You guys are opening up on a Thursday night, a chance for everybody to get down and see you.
Yeah.
Is it going to be a Fairless or a Sandy Valley?
It's going to be at Fairless.
Okay, at Fairless
this year. Yep, in Navarre, Ohio, and it's a great atmosphere no matter where it's at. Because it's a showcase game. You know what I mean? It's usually standing room only. And we love that. Especially for small schools, you feel that. and we love it. And I tell you what, it's loud, it's rocking, whether it's our place or theirs, it doesn't matter. And we're excited for that. It brings that small school, but you get the big game feel with it. You know what I mean? So that
Fantastic.
that part's great. It really
Awesome,
is.
Coach. Well, hey, I'll tell you what, continue to do what you're doing because you're doing the right things.
Appreciate it.
You're making an exciting team to watch and doing a great job. We wish you the best of luck.
Yes.
Stay healthy
Thank
and
you.
have fun, Coach.
Well, I appreciate you, man. Thank you guys for your coverage. You guys do a great job. Thank you guys again, man. Go
Appreciate it.
Cards.
All right, we're back with Coach Nate Moore of the Massillon Tigers, looking great in his orange tonight.
Thank you.
Coach, how's practice been going?
It's been going well. We've got a young team, but a team that's really giving great effort and practicing really hard and really hungry to be good and fulfill their, hopefully fulfill their destiny as Massillon Tigers. And we're every year we're looking to play. Hopefully 15 games.
Right.
Really, we'd like to get one of those buys at the top of the region, but play 15 games. Be playing football on Thursday in December, and so a young group but a hungry group, and they've been fun to coach so far.
Fantastic, Coach. I know we talked earlier for the magazine, and one of the things that impressed me most was we spent probably 25 minutes not talking about football and talking about developing young men. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, we were at a retreat when we were talking, and that's the most important thing that we do as a program. And there's something special that happens especially when you get off campus. Now, we've done a retreat for many years on campus because you get a thunderstorm. And you're away from that great practice facility that we have.
Right.
You're going to be kicking yourself. And so we've done the retreat at home for a long time, but decided to get back to kind of our roots and get the guys off campus this year, and thought it was a good year for that. And it worked out tremendously. Had a great retreat. Yeah, like I was starting to say, there's something special that happens when you get the guys off campus for days and nights together. And it was hot. The turf on the field wasn't great. We're basically living in the dorms of a former orphanage. So the beds aren't that comfortable, and there's something really special about shared misery. Nothing brings people together like.
I know you said that your goal coming out of there was to be the tightest, most unified team in the country.
Yeah. Closest, tightest knit team in the country, absolutely.
And so did you make your goal?
Well, we'll have to find out. I would say that we're chipping in, at least. It was a great retreat. I can't go into a lot of details, really, because it's just, it's an internal thing. But we had a great retreat. I think we're right where we need to be coming out of it, and I do think that we would be if there was a way to some metrics for that, I think we'd be in the running.
Okay. Well, this is also a unique year because if you want to watch the Massillon Tigers for the first 10 games, you can watch every one of those 10 games in Stark County.
Right.
Okay, 9 of them right in a row at home,
right. and
then one we won't say where that one's at.
Sure.
So tell us about that, Coach. You got 9 home games.
Yeah, we're an independent. We're not in a league, and so that gives us a lot of flexibility schedule-wise. And this is nothing new for Massillon to seek to have as many home games as possible. And sometimes things just sometimes you get a fastball down the middle. And, it worked out with some of our home and home series timed out to be home this year. We were able to complete our open dates with home games, and so we just ended up with a schedule like this, and it's a great schedule. I'm going to talk about it later tonight, but we've got some teams that are ranked highly nationally. We've got some the St. Ed's game, which is we've played them now in the regular season. I think this will be the 4th year in a row, so there's a lot of familiarity there, and they're a great program. You know, the class of Ohio in Division I, and we've got a rivalry game against Camp McKinley. We're going to open up with the Glenville Tarblooders. You know, a team that probably has more guys in the NFL over the last 20 years than anybody, and you know they've had that tremendous pipeline to Ohio State, and have 2 kids committed to Ohio State right now. So you know they're not short on talent, and you know Coach Teddy Ginn does a great job up there, and a team called Raven Gap out of North Georgia. It's a top 40 team in the country. So great schedule, you know, a lot of home games, and you know. We'll take it.
Absolutely. It is a great schedule. It's a schedule full of a lot of challenges. But, you know, the Massillon Tigers year after year show up under Coach Nate Moore ready for the challenges. So we expect you to be ready for those challenges and have your team ready to roll and really shine for Stark County.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, you know, there's always, you know, you're going to face some adversity, you know, no matter what. But that's not, you know, that's how you grow. That's how you get better. Like you have to face really, really tough situations to find out what you're made of, you know. And we've got to face tough situations as a team to find out what we're made of. And you know, hopefully we make it to that last game and we get to put it all on the line one last time. But you know, on our way there, we want to make sure that we're prepared. We want to make sure that our guys are battle tested and they've been through some adverse situations and come out on top.
Fantastic, Coach. Best of luck. Like I said, looking great in the orange. Love it, Coach.
Love the suit.
Great, you know, have a great year and stay healthy.
Yeah, love the jewelry too, man.
Appreciate it. Yeah,
congratulations on that.
Yeah, TIG.
ERS, baby.
All right.
All right, we have Coach Scott Garcia here from the Glen Oak Golden Eagles. Coach, how are things been going?
Good. I mean, it's you know, you're right in the middle of the grind here. So, you know, we've had some good sessions, we've had some bad ones, and just trying to string together some consistent practices.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about your team this year. What's the chemistry? What's the makeup?
Yeah, we got a lot of guys back. We played a lot of underclassmen last year, and you know, they're coming together. We have a real strong, close-knit senior class, which we haven't had for a couple years. And, you know, they're kind of guiding us and leading the rest of those guys. And they're holding people accountable. So there's some good leadership in that group.
I saw, you know, on social media the other day, you guys had a pool party. Got the guys out, did something a little different?
Well, yeah, and I drew the short straw. So so our coaching staff went with the seniors to the pool party.
Okay.
And I took the underclassmen over to the Hall of Fame and set up chairs for the enshrinement.
Oh, yeah, you were working.
Yeah. So you'd think I'd be a little bit smarter after all these years.
Yeah. The pool, it might have been a better choice. You could control the chairs.
That's right.
So, you know, as practice has gone, 2 days are on, you know, this tonight is like, you know, just a message that football season is about to go. But, you know, some players that maybe jumped out in the last couple of days that you were like, wow, that guy, he had a good off season, but, man, really he's putting it on the field right now.
Yeah, we have a good core of linebackers that are back.
Okay.
Matt Rextus, he's a team leader, played inside linebacker and fullback for us last year. Dom Wagner's played an outside linebacker, did a really good job in the weight room this offseason, made himself bigger, stronger. He's a lot faster. He's moving better. The same with Landon Gilmore is another outside linebacker. Our guys up front are another year stronger, so all those guys are back. We're able to do a little bit more with them this year. You know, when you have experienced guys, you can do some things. So, yeah, it's been nice.
Okay. And you also moved your staff around a little bit. You got a new offensive coordinator this year.
Yeah. So we moved Mike Cook, who's, you know, he's been around. He's coached both sides of the ball, and he's going to move over to an offensive coordinator. And then Mark Johnson, we got him over from Walsh.
Okay.
And he's going to coach our defense.
And you'll get to focus on offensive line?
That's right.
All right.
I'm kind of down away from everybody. We're down in the pit down there.
With the hogs and just grinding away.
We're just, and, you know, those guys are putting in plays, and I'm coming up and going, what the hell is this? And, no, but it's been great. Those guys are both doing an unbelievable job.
Fantastic, Coach. You guys are always athletic. You always put speed on the field. We're excited to see you this year, see those guys that transition from last year and the growth that they had and excel this year. Looking forward to seeing the Glen Oak Golden Eagles get something done here.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, Coach.
All right, thanks
congratulations.
a lot. All right.
You're here to be part of something bigger, to make things happen. For you, college is about knowledge being shared and learning experiences that aren't limited to the classroom. On campus, you want to matter. It's about engaging every day, building relationships with students, with mentors, with the community, in the heart of a reinvented city. We are that something bigger. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
All right, we got Coach Kevin Henderson here from St. Thomas Aquinas. Coach, how are things going over at St. Thomas?
Things are going pretty well right now. We've been practicing very hard, and the kids have shown a lot of energy in the weight room, so I'm excited.
Fantastic. You've upped the roster a little bit. I heard you got better numbers than you had the year before.
Well, we're still right about 24, and I anticipate that will go up a little bit, but I think when it's all said and done, we'll end up right around 24, 25 kids.
Okay, and we have a young team.
Very young. We've got one senior. We've got 12 returning starters, 12 lettermen, and I believe 10 of them are juniors.
Okay, and I know you said that in the off-season, you actually are in the weight room with them.
Yes.
Even doing some work yourself, but you said you had a good year in the weight room.
Yeah, I think we've done very, very well. Extremely well. It's amazing how the kids have bought into what we're trying to get done, and certainly with that one win we had last year, that kind of gassed them up a little bit, so they're getting after it a little bit.
They want more of that.
They want more.
Fantastic. Now, one of the big things, and I know you were being modest as you go, and that's always a good coaching thing to do, but you were talking about seeing the transition from the weight room to the field.
Right.
Okay, and so we're a couple days into two-a-days now. Have you seen some of that transition? It's showing their strength on the field?
I can see that they are certainly stronger than we have been before, but it remains to be seen what type of identity we'll have on offense, defense, and special teams, because I have a lot of kids that haven't played together yet. Once they've played together long enough to bond and get enough reps to slow the game down for themselves, and I think we'll get that identity and we'll know what we'll be able to do. Moving forward.
I know with smaller numbers, you have to really manage practice to stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you got to be really in good shape.
Right.
So how do you balance that?
We get done what we need to get done. A lot of our kids, because we don't have a lot of numbers, the kids are getting a lot of reps, so we don't have to run them as much at the end of practice because there's so few of them that they're moving all the time.
There's no guy standing in the back.
Not a lot. So
That's good. All right, so who do you scrimmage?
We scrimmage East Palestine this week, and then we'll scrimmage Strasburg next week.
Okay, so you got two, and then you're going to open up with
Akron North.
Akron North. Some athletes you're going to have some athletes to play.
We'll see some for
yes,
sure.
Fantastic, Coach. Well, I know you've done a lot of work to get yourself a good schedule. You're working hard with the kids. I can tell just from talking to you that your blue-collar mentality is going to impress upon them. We wish you the best of success this year, Coach. Have a fantastic year.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right. All right, we got Coach Jay Rohr from the Jackson Polar Bears. Coach, how are things going in Jackson?
To be honest, things are going pretty well. Excited. Right now we have about 80 kids out for this year's varsity team, 10 through 12. They're certainly working hard. Again, we lost a lot of guys from last year. I don't. You'll hear me say it again tonight. I don't believe in a rebuild. We've done a great job preparing these guys for this coming year. They're excited for the challenge to step up and earn their stripes and play this year. So again, very similar to last year. We're excited for this year's opportunity.
Yeah, you actually stole one of my questions because that was a unique thing that you said. Not a lot of coaches say that. We're not looking at rebuild. And so, how do you work with, you can say that, but how do you convince your kids that, we're not rebuilding, we're going after it? What do you do?
Well, first and foremost, I think, and I've said that to the players, you look at last year as coaches, our job is to coach players and to get them better year in and year out. And, we believe from our best player to our worst player to our best player, that success is within all of them. And, we grinded last year, obviously had a great season. But again, our job is to develop players, and the guys that we have this year are the guys that we say every time, this is who we have, and it's your time, and I think they accept that challenge. I mean, again, just by their willingness, their commitment to the weight room this offseason since January 6th, to our summer conditioning, to the two-a-days and team camp that we've had. We have guys that are excited to step into specific roles and help us win football games this year.
Fantastic. So as you move forward from today, you've got a couple scrimmages coming up. What are you looking at?
Really, again, just those positions that we've lost so many guys. I preached, and I'll say it out loud, we got to find out if we can run the ball and if we can stop the run. We certainly have athletes that I think can play, again, with the best of them. We have a quarterback that's a 4-year starter that I think is one of the best in the county without question. So it comes down in our league and in football games, can you run the ball and can you stop the run? And if we can do those two things, then we're going to give ourselves a chance to win a lot of football games.
And I think you got Louisville as a scrimmage coming up here soon. Coach Kappas was actually just talking about your quarterback and saying that it's going to be a great test for them.
Yeah, and that's just it. Again, Lucas Eckerman, when I first brought him in as a freshman, I think a lot of people, turned heads. To be honest, I think he's only the second player, including myself, to start as a freshman at Jackson, and that says a lot. But, the one thing that Lucas does, he's gotten bigger, he's gotten faster, he's gotten stronger every year. But he also understands that he can't win with just himself. He's got to count on his teammates. He's got to count on the defense. But he does have to be a leader. And he certainly looks forward to the challenge. He knows all those things. And again, I certainly couldn't be more excited for what he does this year.
Fantastic, Coach. Like you said earlier, I heard you have great numbers right now. You were one of the 3 teams in the magazine that I had to split the columns for the roster. That's a fantastic problem to have. Coach, we wish you the best of luck. I know you do a great job. Your kids love you. The community loves you. You bleed purple.
I bleed purple and gold. There's no question about it.
There's a little gold that comes out, too.
Yes,
fantastic.
Sir.
All right, Coach. Well, hey, best of luck. Stay healthy and have fun.
I appreciate your time. Thanks, guys.
Well, I want to thank everybody for coming on. I want to thank Troy for joining me tonight. Just a heads up, you'll be looking for it. The Spotlight Illustrated magazine is going to be
out soon. All these teams will have the recap of every team. The rosters will be in there. Some great photos, and that all comes out. It looks like it's going to come out August 15th or August 18th when it gets off the printer.
Something else to give you a shout out. As DJ announced the other day, I was on the live show talking Louisville joining the AAC and so forth, and we had a lot of fun. But we talked about and I can't remember the name of it. His wife actually named it, but the stadium show. We're going to have the stadium show every Thursday night throughout football season. DJ and I know I'll be there doing the production, so we'll have that for YSN, and just keep an eye out for what we're up to. We're always doing something. We're trying to bring you as much content as we can here on YSN Live, and we want to thank you all for joining us. So for Troy, myself, DJ, and Brian back at YSN, we'll see you in a gymnasium or stadium near you. Till next time, folks, this is YSN Live.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of your sports network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.